I'm here with John Kading, the new head coach, Mount Carmel Caravan. How you doing, John?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Sounds good. Sounds great. I can't complain. Talk to me a little bit about what it's like to be here in this storied building with all these trophies and the history of Mount Carmel Caravan that you got here.
Well, I think that's one of the things that drew me to this school is the history. Obviously, you can see the three state championship trophies here in the '90s. Obviously you've got some legendary wrestlers like Joe Williams, T.J. Williams, and my favorite, Stevie Williams.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah, I still remember the dance. So, so there's a lot of tradition here, and that's definitely one of the reasons that drew me to this school.
And without a doubt, you could have had your pick of schools. You're a very successful coach, but you come from a different background. You were teaching more than coaching. What's the difference in, when you had the overtime experience and the summertime experience to now high school coaching?
Well, I think there's, I like it because I'm with the kids all day long. I'm a teacher in the building, so I'm with my wrestlers, 12 hours a day basically. And I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy the camaraderie of high school athletics. I enjoy the excitement. Illinois wrestling is a phenomenal freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestling state, but we still only get 1,000 fans, and they're all parents to the state freestyle championships. Whereas you go to the IHSA state finals, now you got 10,000 people. So I definitely enjoy the excitement of high school athletics and being a part of it and being in the building with it.
And when I talked with you earlier this past summer, you talked to me about you want your events to really be an event and just not roll the mats out and have 14 matches and then we all go home. And tonight you're going to do something special. You're introducing your own new tradition to Mount Carmel.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to us about what's going on tonight? Or let me preface it by saying you are wrestling the Mount Carmel legend, Bill Weick, and the Brother Rice Crusaders. But tell us a little bit about what you got going on tonight.
Well, it's kind of a neat little project that Dan McCount, the athletic director here, came up with, and we're doing the Ring of Honor. And one of the commitments I had when I got here was the commitment to the wrestling program and the commitment to alumni gym in the wrestling program. So that is now our home. Alumni gym is where we practice and where we compete at. So we're going to make it our own. And tonight we're unveiling the Ring of Honor, which is state champions. And anybody who's been here to Alumni Gym, there's a second floor track. Well, right on that mezzanine there, we are putting all the past state team and state individual champions up. And they've been painted on that track. So we're excited to unveil that tonight. And it's even more exciting that the legend of Coach Bill Weick will be in the building, and that's who we're competing against. So I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited for the alumni. I'm excited for the current wrestlers. It's a pack the place night for Mount Carmel. It is part of the Caravan Cup, so you get points for your studium if you show up here tonight.
Right.
So we're hoping to have quite a crowd, and it's gonna get crazy in here. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to be an event that kids came to.
Right. And you come from that type of background, in your collegiate experience at Oklahoma. I mean, you guys drop the lights and you do the whole 9 yards. So what can we expect in the future for Mount Carmel?
Well, I learned from definitely one of the best. Not only, I learned from Jack Spates, the old coach at Oklahoma, how to promote your program. And a lot of how he promoted our college program at Oklahoma can come down into the high school levels. I'd like to reach out to some of the sister schools and get them involved, and we'll get involved in their athletics. And bring various people that aren't used to coming to Mount Carmel events other than the football games to Mount Carmel for these events. So I'm going to reach out to the public and in the community to bring in the fans.
Well, I tell you what, if you get the crowd that they get at the football games, they'll be hanging off for that Ring of Honor, to be honest.
And I got to tell you, one of the best lessons I ever learned from Jack Spates is we used to wrestle Oklahoma State, and we used to wrestle them in the basketball stadium, which seated 14,000. And we'd get about 9,000 for the Oklahoma State duel. Well, what he did is he said, you know what, we're not going to wrestle in that arena anymore. Even though we get 9,000 people, we're going to go and we're going to wrestle in our field house, our old gym, which only seats 4,000 people. And we're going to try to jam in 4,500 and turn 4,500 away.
Right.
And I tell you what, you couldn't hear yourself think. It was sold out in that gym. And that was, he was a master marketer for Oklahoma and Oklahoma wrestling. And so I've learned a few tricks from him, and hopefully I can implement them here at Mount Carmel.
Well, and we all know that it's all about the product that you put on the mat. And, Coach Weick, obviously, he's got his 3 trophies in the case, and you're looking forward to putting your own trophy in the case at some point. But you do have a wrestler who's ranked number 1 in the state, and he's a very much talked about and debated wrestler, Bryce Brill, 145, correct?
Yep.
And just talk to me about Bryce Brill and what he means to the Mount Carmel program.
Well, what people fail to realize about Bryce Brill is that he is not only a phenomenal wrestler, he's a phenomenal kid. I have gotten more compliments from his teachers than regarding his behavior in the classroom and his leadership in the classroom and how he is as a student, how he is as a kid, how respectful he is. He's a good wrestler,
right,
but he's even a better kid. And that's what he means to this school, is the example he sets off the mat for Mount Carmel wrestling.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that Bryce is basically young. He's a sophomore?
He's a sophomore.
Yes, he's a state champion, but he has a chance to match this guy right here.
Yeah.
If things all go well for him the next 3 years, he has a chance to get 4 titles. But right now he has 1 in the books, and you're truly sitting in the chair with him, but he's just a sophomore. And I think that a lot of people throughout the state expect him to just go through this whole high school run undefeated, which that's not going to happen. He took a tough loss to the kid Short out at the, was that the Clash?
Yeah.
But that's the type of schedule you want, though, right? You want your guys like a Bryce Brill challenge, so that when he gets to Champaign and it's championship time, he's ready.
Yeah. Well, whether or not Bryce wins 4th state title, only God knows that question, and I'm going to leave it in his hands. But what I can guarantee you is this: Bryce is going to develop himself into the best wrestler he can. So whether that's only 1 more state title, whether that's 3 more state titles, whether it's no more state titles, he's going to do everything he can to develop himself as a wrestler and to be ready for that next level. He has aspirations of wrestling in college and someday making the Olympic team. So, my goal is for him is to continue to develop as a wrestler. Championships come, regardless. They're going to happen or they're not going to happen. But my goal for him is to continue to develop as a wrestler and to continue to be ready for that next opponent, for that next level. And he's doing that.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go. I know you got a lot of stuff to do tonight. You gotta meet and greet. You gotta get the freshmen and the JV going, and you gotta unveil the ring. You gotta pump hands with the legend Bill Weick, and then you gotta sit in the chair and try to win a Catholic League match. And it's just not an easy thing.
No.
But thank you for taking a few moments to speak with the state of Illinois. And Chicago Catholic League tournament coming up January 21st at Fenwick. So we're going to the Friars. Is that next weekend?
Yep, next Saturday.
So, I know you got a lot of work to do. I see you got your sleeves rolled up there.
I'm ready to go. We're ready to get after it.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.